Everyone, it's Libby from Meister Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people, the traditional owners of the land on which these videos are made, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. Yeah, I've got light coming at me from every angle. I could have read in the bedroom where the light was a little bit more controlled, but I'm not a fan of the wobbly table poked in the corner of my boudoir. So now you have me in my kitchen. The reason I'm here is I'm reading a little bit earlier than I normally would, but husband's off having a surf on public holiday day today, and daughter is working, getting double time and a half or something. I think she worked out that she should get about $70 an hour for working today, so she's all for it. Okay, what I want to have a look at in this particular reading, yes, that is casual rates in Australia on a public holiday. I think she normally gets about $32 an hour or something along those lines. Okay, entertainment only. What I want to have a look at is the GOP Congress. So what's happening is, my goodness, the Democrats are coming out and fighting about in their in quite a poignant way if you take notice of it. Schumer brought to the Congress floor the other day a vote on making codifying women's access to contraception on a federal level, so that the states can't go, oh no, you can't have contraception. And they needed 60 votes to be able to codify it, 60 out of the 100, I believe, and they got 51 to 39. So obviously this was some people not there, because that doesn't equal 100 or thereabouts. So 39 GOPs voted against making it a federal law that women within the US can have access to contraception. Like, really? Like, cross your legs, girls, and put a cork in it, because then boys need to know that this is not appropriate. This is all about control and power. So what's happening is, apparently Schumer has now said that he is going to bring forward a vote on IVF, which again is going to expose the GOP members that are full of hot air, on one level spouting that they support women's right to health care and the right to IVF, but realistically they don't. Now, Susan Lynn, I'm going to mention Susan Lynn again. I watched her last night. Just put the headphones in, went for a lie down, and it was a great channeling that Susan Lynn did in regards to, if you are in one of those hot red states, you're a little blue dot in a hot red state, don't put out, I support Biden, don't put out a pro-Democrat poster, don't put a car sticker on or anything along those lines. For your argument, she said it absolutely clearly, and I was, whoa, 100%. Pretend you're a GOP, pretend you're GOP, and start the conversation along the lines of, I support the GOP, but I can't believe that they're taking away my right to contraception, or along those lines, to really undermine the GOP from a talking point that is really relevant to a lot of those that are Republican voters. So watch that video if you haven't had a chance. But I want to see how's it going to play for the GOP? Oh, and check your voter registration, because we do know certain states like to drop you off without telling you. Okay, so show me, how is the GOP? Oh, we've got the government here, and the two of Pentacles. So this can be moral issues. 1 foot juggling which ship to bring into harbour. So what they're doing is they're fully exposing the GOP members that do not support what is in this day and age considered basic human rights. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let's have a look. How is this Schumer thing ploys. How is this Democrat Congress, so it's not House, Congress, Schumer ploy is going to play out for the GOP? And I've got a card that's flowing out here, which I think is quite relevant. How's it going to play for the GOP? So you can do things like I can't bring myself to support Ted Cruz because he voted against whatever it is that Schumer is bringing forward. My access to contraception, which means that I can't have sex with my husband, which is undermining my family values, whatever dramatic play you want to put on it. So come on down, and the first card that flew out was the Four of Swords. They're going to find themselves being forced to retreat in the face of the truth of it. It's not going to play out well for them. And another Four of Pentacles, the insecurity of their position. They're trying to. What I really feel has happened is that the GOP, these GOP members that are taking this line, attach their caboose to the Trump train. But now that the Trump train is out of control, they don't know how to unhitch, which is why they are doubling down, because they don't know how to unhitch. They can't. It's so out of control that they can't actually get to the mechanism to unhitch their caboose from the Trump train. So they're literally doubling down. So if you look at this is very much about, health, because Pentacles are not only money, they're health. But this is very much about hanging on and trying to protect what they already have in their possession. On the balance, we've got, the base, we've got the pouring from cup to cup, but we've got the moderation card, the moderation, the return to what is just. So how's it going to play for the GOP? They're trying desperately to rebalance, to bring it back towards a moderate centre, but they don't know how, is what I'm really, really getting. Sword of Truth cutting through. It's in the past. It started with the vote on contraception. It's going to be on the vote on IVF. It's actually started, thank you, I like that reminder. It started with the vote on border security, where there was a really comprehensive border plan put forward that was voted down, and then of course they're crying about border security. That didn't cut through for whatever reason, the vote against border. So what they've done is they're bringing forward these more, if I say personal votes, because border, that's all well and good if you live in the border communities, if you're affected by the border. But a number of the, not going to say a lot, but there is some states in those border communities that are really doing this doubling down. So it didn't cut through. But when you start talking about personal health and personal rights, especially of women and men that support women, because men don't want 16 children either, but they do like to have a bit of hanky-panky, but they don't want 16 children. And if their partner, I'm not going to say necessarily wife, but if their partner in whatever form, their consenting partner says, sorry, honey, I can't, here's a tissue and some baby oil, go for it, because of this contraception issue, this is really, really hitting home and cutting through. So how's it going to go for the GOP? Well, it's going to expose those that are lying, basically. I'm not even going to say not telling the truth, because that doesn't cut through. This is going to expose those that are lying about their stance. The message getting out there, it's not powerful message, So those that are able to, because we don't ask anybody to do more than what they are capable of doing, there is a need to amplify this message in whatever way you can. And if you're in a Republican area, treat it as if you're a Republican who is shocked, I tell you, shocked at your legislator voting to remove these rights. If you're in a Democratic area, support your sisters who are and brothers who are in these more difficult areas, or simply just get out and protest or whatever you can do, because it is in the balance externally. This message is in the balance. It could go either way, but this is a encompassing, important message, especially things in Europe, as I read twice on it, possibly even 3 times. I can't remember how many times I read on the European election. They are being, there is an element that is being enticed by the far right. This is going to have, and so therefore I do see the European Union government moving further to the right, because what happens is the rest of the okay, thank you. What happens is that the US is often the first and the rest of the world follows. So you'll notice that the rest of the world often is a couple of years behind what happens in the US. So this is going to have international implications. It is a crossroads moment. And we've got internally the lovers. Now, thank you. I'm really drawn, rather than the usual lovers, meaning, contracts, agreements, etc. I'm getting drawn to the two people in the relationship here standing apart. And this is almost like the GOP watching over, trying to dictate, or it could be the progressives. I'm not going to say the Democrats. I'm talking about all progressives, whether they be independent or Greens or whatever, trying to mend it so that they can come together. But this is very much, I'm really getting it's a no, don't come near me, growing apart. So it's very much about people who are in adult consensual partnerships. Hopes and fears, the King of Pentacles. Can be my trump card, but I'm really getting it's about those lording over health decisions. Now, remembering that women's health is not just about birth, falling pregnant. It's about endometriosis. It's about ectopic pregnancies. It's about women, cervical cancer. It's about all. You'll mention, for those that have watched me for a while, will remember that I had surgery last year for ovarian cysts that basically swelled this flat little tummy up like I was 9 months pregnant within weeks. This is not just about right to life. This is about all women's health. And if those obstetrician gynecologists leave the states, the particular states where they cannot operate, all aspects of women's health will be affected. Young girls that are put on oral contraception because they suffer from crippling menstrual cramps. They're not on it because they're having sex. They're on it because they literally 3, 4, 5 days of the month are bedridden with a hot water bottle and painkillers, and still crippled in bed. If you have not gone through something like that, which I did when I was a teenager, you shouldn't be making decisions on it. Okay, sorry, I'm on my little soapy box here. Right, so how's this going to play for the GOP? Not well. Their secret agendas are going to be exposed to the moon. They're going to be exposed for the liars that they are, all strength to women, and they're coming with big stick because it is about women and women, the spirituality and strength of women, but it's also very much about the hidden agenda that is going to be exposed, and it is not going to end well for them. It is not going to end well at all. Well, I couldn't ask for better cards for the GOP in regards to that. So we've got the legislators bringing forth these bills that have to do with health, and they are nightmarish bills for women. So seek out other women and the rights of women with this independent woman here having a say about her own health rights. So, could keep going the cards, yeah. We've got King of Swords, Queen of Swords, powerful truth, contracts and agreements, Wheel of Fortune, the Devil. They're going to hit an unexpected. They're bringing forward these messages but it's going to be unexpected, and they're going to find themselves exposed and having to defend their position. So, yeah, speak loud, speak powerful, seek out a circle of women going, goodness me, I would normally vote for whoever your Republican is, but I can't bring myself to do it because if the contraception is stopped, my 14-year-old daughter is literally going to be crippled from menstrual cramps every month. Oh my goodness, I need to find an obstetrician gynecologist because something is showing, feeling wrong in my body, but there are none available, that sort of thing. Find, draw on your female power because we've got it. Whoa, how's that going to turn out for the GOP? Not well. They've taken on that. They've put themselves out there and they have underestimated. So all power to women, those that support women, and our right to health care. Okay, I'll leave it at that. I'll get off my soapbox. Catch you later.